Hello everyone and welcome back to our CRM system that we built from scratch in Typescript, and let's go. So today we have October 8th for me, and let's open our application. Let's go to Bun server, to Tailwind and the bundle. Okay, now let's see what we have. We have the ability to go back and forth between the cards. We can drag around stuff, and let's continue with editing the card. So whenever we edit the card, we have the title now, and let's render the left side, the form with the fields, right, to be able to change card details. That's what we're gonna do. Ability to change card details. Okay, so first we will render the left, the div on the render div on the left side, right? So on the left we have div top, and we're gonna have div bottom, which will be just like this guy, but it will be, let's see, maybe we can make like some background to see it clearly. Okay, so it's not bottom at all. Oh, sorry, yeah, that's not right. So we want to put like this, right? Yeah, so we replace whatever we have already in the root with these elements. So, and they go one after another, so they go like this, right? Okay, now we have our top and bottom containers. Let's make the height of this guy full screen, and then let's remove the background, and let's remove the border as well, so we have a nice transparent container for us. Now, what else do we have? Paddings. We will figure out the paddings a little bit later, right? So inside of this bottom container, we want to have the left container. So basically div left. And this is the left. Let's see where it is. Okay, we have on the left side this thing, and basically I wanna, the width should be maybe 30% of the screen. That's what I see from this layout, and I like it pretty much. It's okay to me. So let's do that. Let's do 1 by 3. Somewhere in this range. Maybe 1 by 4, a little bit smaller. And yeah, we will see by then. Maybe 2 by 5, I don't know. Oh no. Okay, 1 by 4 is fine. Yeah, then let's do the same border without the background. Okay. And then we will start. I don't like these titles. For now, I don't see a reason for them. For the description, yeah, we need some kind of title. But for the fields, I don't think so. We can just put the fields like that. So, render fields in the left div. So how do we do that? We have the card, we have the fields, and they are of type like an object. So we want to say, how do we usually iterate over the fields? We don't. Okay, cool. Okay. We have our fields. Now let's maybe render values as well. So they are aligned by values. That's important to see. So we want to align as well. To be able to align like that, we actually need 2 containers. One for the left side and one for the right side. Or we rather need for every field, we need like a parent container, and then inside of that parent container we have the label and another field which is fixed width. So we do the container, and then inside of that container we do field label and field value. And let's add a class to the field value, which will be like, it will be similar to the ones that we have when we create stuff. This one has like 3x4 width, and this guy just has a max width of 20%. Okay, that's what we want to do as well here. So we can say 3x4, and this guy will be, how do you call it? Yeah, like this. And text right as well. And basically, yeah, we can do the same stuff here. Okay. And now I understand that we need a wider size here. 1x4, 1x3, and then well, in this case 3x4 is too much, I guess. So we wanna see like 1x3. And this is like 30%. Oh, maybe it's not too much. 3x4 is 75%. Okay, it's 75%. And in this case, you see they wrap the text so it goes to the next line. That's what we want to do as well. How do we do it? Word break word. I guess that's what you need usually. For some reason it's not breaking the word. I don't know why. should break the word so these guys go to the next line, but it's not. What is going on here? If I have too long field name here, it goes to the next line. Why? How do I do it? Text right, max width, and that's it. That's all the classes that I have. So why then it's not doing that? Why am I not doing that? Text right, max width. Let's compare. So we have the flags, all the justify stuff, then gap and margin. Gap should not affect that, and margins also should not affect that, right? Okay, and justification and alignment also should not affect that. Yeah, and this field also should not affect that. So that's like the minimum required stuff. Right, we have flags, and then we have a label, class, text right. Well, first of all, mine is not a label. So maybe let's make it a label. And then, now it's a label, text right, max width. Well, if I do it like 20%, it's still not wrapping my text. Still not wrapping my text. I don't know. Is it... Maybe it's because it has space. So if I put something that is like too long here, no, it's not wrapping anyway. It's not wrapping anyway. So what is going on? White space. Oh, that's how it works. Break spaces. Interesting. Why do I need to specify that? I have no idea. Collapse. is dead. Don't know what is collapse, but that's interesting. So break spaces works, and also works initial. And normal also works. Okay, let's do that. I don't know why I need to specify that. Okay. Now, we probably don't wanna do the text write thing. It can be like that. And then we wanna add like a gap x4 like that. So yeah, in this case we don't, like in our previous form we used maxed width 20%, and in this case we don't want to have it less than this exact width. So in this case we don't need this comment. Okay. For empty field values, we want to render dash dash. Oh yeah, in this case it's just like that. Yeah. And it's not undefined. Oh, it's not undefined. Because, yeah, that's fine. It's because we, like, I see it, like, visually, seems like this is another field, but it's not. So, okay. So we want to just style them a little bit. So I can see the difference, right? I can see the difference. So gap Y. Oh, it's not there. It's in the wrong place. And then let's make the label something like text slate. I use 500 everywhere, so maybe that's what we want to use. No, maybe it's gonna be like font light that's good enough. And we also want to decrease the line height, I guess. And then put a bigger gap between them. Kind of. So we have the same gap, right? We have the same gap. Yeah, it's kind of okay now. It's kind of okay. Then let's style a bit the parent container as well. So we have the div left, the div bottom. So div left will have maybe like padding on the top. Like that. And then padding on the x-axis, like 4, maybe 6, like that. Yeah, so if I change something, let's just put some values so it looks nicer to be able to compare stuff. Right. Maybe we wanna decrease the font size as well, so on the label we want to say that it's gonna be like extra small, or how do we call it, text extra small, maybe small. Yeah, small size is fine. Is it? Yeah, it's fine. Then for the value we can say that the font should be, if the label is light, then maybe it's kind of like normal. Is it like, does normal work at all? I guess it's not working at all. So normal is default, and if I use light, no, that's too much. Okay, Maybe we can say slate 800. $700. Yeah, so it's like not as loud. It's not giving like taking too much attention. Right. Yeah. So that's fine. I kind of like it now. And then maybe we wanna also, you see, we want to justify the text because it's not actually in the center here. How do we vertical align, I guess, or text align? No, vertical align. Nope. So this is by x-axis and align text label, align text vertically. Vertical align, display flex. Oh, that's how you do it. So you do it like that. Now it's better. Okay. Yeah, now it's nice. Yeah. Now on the hover, highlight the current field container. So whenever we hover over the field container, we wanna have, I guess it's gonna be similar to these guys that we already have. So it's like background slate 100, right? Like that. So, and it should also have some little bit of padding for that reason, right? Yeah, so and round it. Yeah, then let's maybe decrease the padding over here, so we have still nice spacing. Yeah, now it's cool. You know, what is the problem here? The problem is that we have the gap on the container, and whenever we hover over the gap, we don't hover over container of the field. So you see I have these spaces where I move the mouse and I don't have any highlighting of a field. And in the begin CRM I don't have it, like there is no way for me to get this behavior. So we want to change that. So instead of having gap Y3, we probably will have like margin top 3, I guess. Nope, not working. So margin also does not work like that. Maybe we actually want padding top 3. Oh, so we want a padding top 1.5 and then padding bottom, so it's padding Y. So now we have this same behavior, right? And then we also want to get rid of the cursor of whenever we hover over stuff, it's gonna be cursor normal. Oh, sorry, not here. Over here, probably. Cursor default, not normal, default. Okay, very nice, very nice. And maybe we want to have like a little bit slightly bigger padding, like that. Give it more space, so it's just more airy here. Okay. Okay. Now we want to have an icon and edit icon. Well, not much choice. So either this guy or that guy. I don't know, let's do this guy. Seems like a simpler icon to have. Okay, so fill will be none, view box the same, stroke width the same, current color for the stroke, for the class it will be the same, but without these guys for now. We will see. Yeah, margin right and margin top, yeah, we don't need them for now. And then for the path it will be, we don't need the click listener like that for now, so it's gonna be like, we don't need it for now. And then for the path we have round scroll lineup, stroke rejoin round, and then the path. Let's just copy the path. Okay. And we edit. Like that. Okay. And yeah, let's maybe add back the margin right a little bit. And then let's make it hidden by default. So it's gonna be like hidden and group hover block, and the group will be the field container. Oh, that's no good. No guys, that's no good. What the hell is that? Maybe we want to make it, is it because of margin? No. Maybe we want to position it absolute, make like absolute, and then right to, oh, sorry for that. So here we want to say relative, and now it works. So the way it works, why I need to put a relative here, you see, if I don't, and let's maybe like don't make it hidden for now, if I don't put relative, then this guy is positioned absolutely relative to the body of the document, which is like to the right, basically, you see, right? So I specify how many, what's the distance I wanna have from the right corner of the parent, and because I don't specify relative to which element, then it thinks that it needs to be relative to the body. But if I specify the relative on the parent, then it understands that, okay, I want to be related to the parent, so I position absolutely according to this guy, and that's why it works. And also why, like in general, why I need absolute positioning, because absolute makes the element not impact the other elements. So no matter what the width of the element is, it does not have any impact on the width of the parent. So parent does not even like take into account when it's rendering itself and all the other children. It does not take into account the dimensions of this absolute positioned element. So it's kind of like out of flow, out of regular rendering flow. That's why it makes sense to use it here. Right. Okay. So we have the edit icon, and then on the edit we wanna, you know what, let's maybe make it a little bit, the color would be like, do I need to specify this at all? Yeah, I do. Okay, so I wanna say that the color will be slate 500, maybe 100. Oh, that's not good. Maybe I need text slate. Yeah, so it works like that. Maybe like this, and then on the hover I wanna say black. Yeah, okay, and then on click we want actually to open the drop down and make it like it's editable now, right? We want to say, let's replace the label with the edit controls, right? And the edit controls will be probably similar to what we have here already. So maybe we want to reuse them. We're going to reuse the select. So we want to say like, well, depending on the type of the field, right? If it's select, then of course, but okay. So switch card, sorry, not the card, but so the CRM field has a label type, is mandatory, and pick list values. And this is all specified not in the cards but in the fields. So we are trying to find a field, and if it's not defined, we wanna just fail. Well, if it's not found in the used, maybe we don't wanna fail, we wanna actually we want not to render the field if it's not used in this pipeline anymore. So maybe that's too late. Maybe we wanna make this decision when we go through every field over here. Right. So if CRM field is undefined, we want to continue. It means that we no longer use this field as used in the pipeline, so the user is no longer interested in seeing these fields. We just hide them, but still keep in memory in case the user wants, in case the user enables this field again in the pipeline. Right, so we don't want to lose the data. Okay, so we found the field and now we can use it here. We can do a switch of the type, and in case of but it's not undefined, it's never undefined. Well, okay. So if the field is, this will be the logic that we want to reuse, but the specifics of rendering will be different. So I don't know if it makes sense to reuse right now. I will just write the logic and like the switch statement, and over time I will see where it makes sense to reuse some pieces of that. Class field input. It's like, yeah, it doesn't make sense to reuse. That's okay. We can only do like the same border, I guess, and the rounded and the outline. That's okay. Yeah. Well, for the ID, I don't need the ID here. And so what do we do here? When we have the input, do we just replace one element with another? So what do we do here? we have our label, and then we click the edit and a label disappears and we have the input. In this case, maybe it's easier to render immediately and then just switch between these guys. So maybe it makes sense to have it over here. Like that. So we have inputs. Let's see how they will look like. Okay, so this is how they look like. Okay, let's compare how we render the creation. First of all, we always see the cursor. That's because we have padding, I guess. But that's too much. So we only want to have like a X padding. Why do I have only drop down fields here? Anybody knows? Let's fix that. I do have candidate name. Oh yeah, I don't have any text fields. Okay, let's change that. Let's maybe change. Oh, you cannot change the field type after the field has been created. Okay. Let's put email. That's perfectly fine type. So I have email now. Now if I go to my card, I don't have email. Why don't I have email? Okay. Okay, now it looks fine. I can compare it. Okay, so padding Y will be 0.5, a little bit higher, and then yeah, the padding X is the same. And the value will be okay, so basically we're gonna render this guy and the input will be hidden by default, hidden, so we don't see it. And then on click we take the input and we say that the value is field value, right? If it's not defined, well, if it is undefined, we can just return and also on click we remove the hidden class and add this hidden class to the value, so it's like that. And also, why does it look like it's not aligned properly? It's not aligned properly. How do I align these guys usually? Justify and maybe I need to justify start. Nope. Not working. Okay. I don't like it. Why? So the gap is over here, and so this guy has a width, and then this guy does not have any gap. No margins, no padding. And if I click on that, now it's like I don't understand. Broke my technology here. So I don't understand why it has maybe I need to put the same width as well. Oh yeah, now I see. So the width has to be exactly the same all the time. Like that. Yeah. And then when I click, I show this guy and I focus on it. So I focus, and then I hide the pencil, actually, right? I hide the pencil, and instead of pencil I show the buttons. So basically render the OK, cancel, the save, cancel buttons as well. And the background will be similar to the one that I have here, which is background Emerald 600. And the icon So the fill, the view box, the stroke width, the same. Okay, and the line cap, round, the live join round, and the path. Okay, and then we even can not add it to the DOM, but for now I feel like the simpler way would be just have them already in the DOM, so they are ready to be used. You just show them and that's it. So you just do like this, and then you remove the class like this. Oops, nothing happens. What is going on here? So I broke something. Oh, why do I call it icon left? Anybody knows? Actually, icon edit. Okay. click happens, and then okay, so we don't find. Oh yeah, that's fine. It's just because we didn't implement the drop down yet. That's fine. Okay, and we want to hide the icon edit, right? So on click we want to do like this. Oh, so on hover we actually, on group hover we specify the block. So maybe it makes sense to have like zero opacity here, like this. Now we can show the button. For some reason it's not showing up. Oh, because, yeah, that's why. So we have it, and then we have the button, but it's not good, right? It has to be round, actually. And for some reason it's not making the background, because maybe it's because it has the icon, but the icon is not good at all. How do I make a nice round button with an icon? That's the question. So we have our button and it has background, and it has the icon, and the icon does not have a background, right? Maybe I need to specify a current color, like that. Okay, so something happened, but that's not what I wanted. Maybe I need to specify that it's also like text with the same color. Nope. Okay. The fill rule should be like even odd, and the path is probably different. And the clip rule is different now. Okay, let's see. Okay, we have some stuff. It's already better than it was before, but How do I do like the background for this stuff? Fill and then the name of the color. What if I want a different name? Style, background color. Well, if I do background color like this, okay, it's closer, and then we want to say text white. Nope, not like that. Oh, okay. And then maybe we wanna do like rounded 3x extra large. No. Oh, maybe I want a circle. Is it like SVG and circle? So maybe I want a circle here. No, it's not working like that. I don't know, I just randomly trying stuff and see what sticks. That's how sometimes you have to do stuff. Okay. Now it's getting closer. How do we decrease the font size? Maybe like that. No, it's not working. So I need like a smaller check. Or I need like a padding. Oh, now it works. Now it's nice. Okay, so we don't want too much padding. Maybe we want a larger size for the box. No, that's not right. Okay, I think we can stop here and say that that's good enough. We just need to position it properly and it will be fine. So let's just say that do we need these classes at all? We probably don't, so we don't even need a button. The only thing that we do need is the icon, like that. And then we can say that instead of button we use the icon all the time. And now we can just position it a little bit better, I guess, by saying item center. Yeah. Oh, and it should actually incorporate that. So we don't want to position absolutely the icon. Oh, now it looks weird. How the positioning affects the rendering at all, but it does. That's crazy. Okay. We will probably need to stick to absolute positioning. But I don't want to. Okay. Now it looks better. And now we want the cancel button. It will be similar, kind of similar, but not exactly. Okay. And the icon like that. So was it like let's see, so we have the field current color, the class name, okay, and then we have the path, the clip rule, and the fill rule. Okay, and on top of that we have a background to white. Let's maybe just remove it for now and see. Right, and see. Okay, so yeah, we need the background white here, but then why don't we see this stuff? For some reason this icon just does not work properly. Let's start again. So we have our own, so we have the view box, the fill, okay, stroke width goes away and stroke also goes away. We don't have it, and we also have like width and height, and let's just keep it like that for now. And then for the fill rule we have event odd, then we have the path, which is, oh, this is a different path, I guess. This is a different path, and the clip rule even odd. Okay, let's see how it looks like. So okay, we have the cross working, and now let's make it nicer. And to make it nicer, we will add a background white, and then round it extra large and padding 1. Maybe padding 0.5, like that. Okay, and then we need to add a border, I guess. And border, and on the hover background slate 50, which is not working. gap is working. And then cursor pointer. Let's hide the edit icon because it's annoying. Okay, so cursor pointer. Also, let's add controls. So to the controls we have flex, and then gap x2, maybe 1, and that's it. Yep. And then we have on the hover this guy. Yeah. It's fine. Okay, so on clicking the edit, we have this stuff happening. So the buttons visible, the input. I don't like that the input goes to the left so much. That's not good. So I would say that maybe input plus the controls have to be 3x4, right? So maybe that's what we want to do. We have the input, and this input should go not in the div container, but it should go to the controls over here. Like this, right? And so this width has to go to the entire controls div, like that. Okay, so we just have a reference to the input, and we just over here, instead of removing the hidden class from the input, which actually should be visible all the time, we have this class controls that we wanna show, like that, right? So now we have properly, we have this rendering properly, and the thing is that it's probably taking too much space now. Okay, so this guy, we have fixed width for these two, so why this one does not have the full width? So input, for some reason, if we put it like this, okay, that's not good. Should we have like another container probably that, or I don't know, because I don't like that. First of all, let's justify these guys. Oh, no, like that, align items. And then I don't like that it takes not enough space. Flex grow. Oh yeah, that's yeah, there is a class called grow1. Nope, not working. Oh, just grow. Okay. Oh, now it works, you see? So now we know that to occupy the full width of the parent, our flex container can grow only in input element. So it has this CSS property flex grow, which allows him to grow to the remaining width. That's nice. And then on cancel, transition to the view DOM. Right, so whenever we click cancel, we want to say that we take the icon and all of this stuff and basically do the opposite, like that. Oh, so not working. Edit again. Every time I click and edit happens. Oh, you know what? Yeah, because I added the opacity. It means yeah, it's so stupid. So we don't want to add the opacity, because opacity means that the icon's still there, we just don't see it. The icon is still there. If we display on this guy and remove the opacity stuff, it should be there. Oh, so it is hidden, and yeah, so basically it's there. So we want to let's change, instead of using the opacity property, keep using the display property. So we have the class for the edit icon. We have the class group hover block. We can remove it, right? So instead of adding opacity, we can remove this class, and then on cancel we can actually add it back like that, and now it works. Okay, so that's cool. Now we can transition back and forth, and on save, update the state and the DOM. So whenever we click save, we actually want to say that the card fields, field label, no, so the card, how does, I forgot. So the card has CRM card has ID and fields, and every field has a value, so we want to update the value of this field by a label. Yeah, that's correct. So we say card, we have the card, and it's possibly undefined. That's interesting. We take by the label and we say that the value new will be input value. Like that. So we take the value new and we assign it to the card, and then we take the field value and say that okay, so we should like execute the same code basically. Right? And then transition to the view state. So that's a good moment to say that we want to have some kind of function which will say render state, render edit, and render view. Yep, and render edit will be this guy. Well, not this guy, this guy. Maybe we want to call it a little bit different, like yeah, so as a part of a render, we don't wanna do this. We only wanna actually class change to edit, class transition. I don't know, transition is overloaded term. Let's just class change to edit. Yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. And class change to view. And the view will be this one. Right? And we do the same here. Right? And then apply to state, we just wrap it here like this. So this block only for state changes, and this is for DOM changes. Okay, and that's no good. When we click edit, we get the old value, which is not good at all. Field value, yeah, that's not correct. So we want to take it from here. So yeah, because we like save to the variable, we keep using the old variable even if the card has changed. So the card object has been updated, so we want to reference the card object. And the field value should be used only once. So we don't want to like reference this, right? Because it can be outdated any moment. So now we change it to A, save, edit, change it to B, save, edit, change it to C, cancel, it's B. So now it's working properly, and that's pretty much the editing functionality. One thing that we did not do now is drop down changes, but in general it looks okay to me. We can go to any card and change stuff, then go back. Like this. So basically my new super value, save, yeah, it's saved, which is what we wanted. Let's maybe review, because it was a lot of code, and see what we've done. So we created another div at the bottom, and this div has like a left side. Let's maybe go piece by piece in here. So we have the div on the bottom, we have the left side of the div, which is taking only 30% of the container, and in here we have we go over every field of the card. We find the CRM field. We can say like find field like that. If we didn't find it, well, we don't want to render it. Then for the field we create a container that we add to the div left, and inside of that container we do a bunch of stuff. So inside of that container we create a label on the left, right? We create a label on the left, then we create a field value on the right, and then we keep the reference to the input. I would say that let's maybe keep our convention here, which is elements field, and inside of that elements field we will have input like that. So that way it's clear that it's like a reference, just a reference, you know, and I can just keep it on the top, and that way we will be able to understand that, you know, whatever we can reference, we always have some kind of like element structure, elements object that is referencing whatever is needed. So yeah, we rendered the label, the value, then we have two functions to transition between the classes that are needed for the edit and the view states. Then we have the edit controls and edit icon, and we put everything inside of that container. So it looks like this, you know. You can have like a container. Inside of that container we have label and the field value, and then we have the controls for the editing and the icon for the edit. Alright, and we can click and we transition to the edit stage, and we can cancel, save or cancel and go back. Right, and this is what happens on icon edit click. We check for elements input, elements field input, and then card may be undefined for some crazy reason. So how it's possible? Yeah, it's kind of possible because it's like a listener, and this listener can be invoked anytime, not even in this loop. So I can see that. I just don't wanna think about it, so just return. So whenever we click on the edit, we save the value in the input, like we put the value from the card state in memory to the DOM value in the input. We change the classes to display the edit state, and we focus on the input, right? And then if we go to the edit controls, basically when we change the edit classes, we basically hide the icon for the editing and show the edit controls and hide the value for the field. Right? Like that. And then inside of that we need a to-do here. Implement pick list field. For now we just work with text field, so we just create an input with classes and save the reference to it, and then we have icon for saving and we have icon for canceling. Then when we cancel, we change classes to the view state, and on the view we show the edit icon back and hide the edit controls and show the field value back, right? So this is how cancel works, and the save works in similar fashion, but it also changes the classes to the view. But before doing that, it also applies changes to the state. So it takes the value from the input that we are using to edit the field and saves that into the card, and also updates. Oh, so we update the DOM, so that should be outside of that, right? We update the DOM. That's why I do like these overviews, to understand where I made some problems that I need to fix. So that's not like a bug, but it's like a problem in readability, because I'm trying to be like, you know, this is like for rendering stuff and this is for state stuff. So they are like separated. That way it's easier to fix any issues that I may have. If something is not working properly, I have some bug, I can understand, like, is the state wrong or is the rendering wrong? And if they are like separated, it's easier to figure out this. Okay, so that's super cool. Super cool. So we've done ability to change card details today, right? And I think the next step would be to actually support the pick list, which is here, and the editing will be kind of done for the first step, and we can move on to do like the next interesting things like pipeline, transitioning between the pipeline and stuff. So thank you guys for being today with me, and see you on the next video.